This continues our discussion of the after update events, and right now we're debugging inside the after update record event, which is fired in response to us submitting 2 rows of dirty data. So let's carry on here and now look at so if we go ahead now and look at AA.size, we see it's an array that has 4 entries, which means that before this event fired on the server, we had already inserted 3 previous JavaScript commands that are going to get sent back to the client on the termination of this callback. So the last entry obviously was entry number 4. So if we go here and say AA4.text, we get to see the message that is going to be sent back to the browser, and it says, alert, we have just updated record number 2. But just as a matter of interest, if we go here and say AA1.text to see what's already in this array, we can see here that basically we're sending back a command to the client to clear all existing errors, which of course would make sense if there were errors that were displayed, and now you're at this point there, you've clearly you've fixed all the errors, the data has been submitted, you want to remove all the errors from the display. So what you can see here are the previous commands that the server determined were necessary to send to the browser before it got to this event handler. So anyway, let's go ahead here and hit run now, and now we hit this event handler now for record number 9. So let's go ahead now and hit run, and then hit run again, and let's go ahead now and look at our message. So you can see there we have just updated record number 9, and there's the message, we have just updated record number 2. So now you can see that the order in which these 2 messages appears inverted. We got the message for record number 9 first before record number 2, and the reason that happened is that the order in which the messages that get put into this array get executed on the client side is determined by this ID over here, and since both records got inserted into the array with the exact same ID, the last record wins. So let's just go here and say plus e dot row number, which will give the first message a lower number than the second message, causing it to appear first. And let's go ahead now and go back to working preview and modify row 2 again and row 10, and then hit the submit button and run. And now there's the message for record number 2 first, and then the message for record number 10 last. Now in this case, the JavaScript that we sent back was trivial. It was just an alert, but this JavaScript that I send back could be any JavaScript. It could basically be JavaScript that executes methods of the grid object to set values in different fields in the HTML. So any JavaScript that you want to execute, you can use over here. So you could basically use the say $SVS, which is the JavaScript command to set the value in some attribute. There's just sort of the sky's the limit as to what you can do with the JavaScript that you send back in the event handler. But the primary use of the after update record event is for doing server-side stuff, such as writing the record to a transaction file or sending a confirmation email, etc. So let's pause here and continue in the next video.